I'm Johnny 5.
And we're going to show you the making of Predict This. Okay, basically, John and I first met on YouTube. He happened to see one of my videos that someone posted on Facebook, the Big Valley Jamboree video last year. And then he checked out, I guess you checked out
Max Caliber. It was just awesome, so I had to message you on YouTube. So,
yeah, and it was funny because you're in all the same channels and you were making special effects videos, all the same stuff that I was, and we kind of hit it off. We said, hey, why don't we make a movie? So I think we started off doing golfing and kind of spat some different ideas out, and we thought we might go with something to do with a rocket launcher. So we went to the hardware store, and we pretty much bought all the equipment we needed, and we did a tutorial for how to make a rocket launcher, which you can check out on John's channel. So I guess John started off, he kind of created a backstory for our characters and Photoshopped together this idea that maybe we were roommates or something, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, go ahead.
I just took I did a green screen of myself and keyed out myself and put myself into one of your photos I found on your Facebook. I asked for your permission, of course, and then so we got that shot in the beginning of the movie there, in a frame.
We wanted it to be that he's continually challenging this idea that he doesn't believe he can see into the future. And so we did the paintball scene. Basically, we went ahead and we filmed. Actually, John shot at me with a CO2 gun, but it was empty. There was no paintballs in it, and I kind of dodged back and forth. And then we went in digitally, and I found some pictures of paint splatters and basically cut them out as PNGs, and then we just garbage matted them, going from a small amount to the full paint splatter in about 3 frames. Added the sound effects, and it came together pretty well, as you'll see in the film. One thing that we thought was really important was that the audience could see different ways that I would pre-visualize the future. So one of the ways we did that was we filmed the scene a couple times over, and we'd rewind it back and see him try a variety of different techniques. And another way was to kind of go ahead and film the scene, so he goes through, and then go back, cut out certain stills, or basically make still frames, cut out my body, and put that back on the footage so he could see where he was going to be jumping and moving and dodging, and the audience could kind of get a reference for where he's seeing into the future. One of the really cool ideas that we had originally was to replace versions of me with the green screen. So basically, I know when I've watched a lot of movies these days, like the newer Star Wars films, Avengers, movies like that, they'll use a CG render of the character, and then it'll switch back to the real actor. And so our idea was, well, if you can do that in CG, why not do it in green screen? So what we did is we thought if we do a bunch of backflips and cool moves like that on the trampoline, in theory, if we color corrected it right and cut us out right, that we could basically replace us. So in the shot where I do the backflip through the basketball net, we filmed me, I ran, I jumped up onto the picnic table and start to do the jump, and then we actually do a very quick switch there where I'm basically doing a backflip on a trampoline, and we filmed it with a green screen. We had to rotoscope some of it because our green screen wasn't quite that big, but it seemed to work out okay. And so basically replace a color-corrected version of me to do the backflip to get that much height to go through the net. And then as far as going through the net, we basically went ahead and used a Lumimat on a shot of the net, which means that we keyed out all the bright parts and kind of kept the dark parts, which are the net. It was very simple. I just jumped up, reached, and kind of grabbed the net so the mesh moved, and we matched that with a shot of me falling through. And actually the funny thing about that is we filmed a real one where I jumped up and climbed up and jumped down behind the net because we thought it would be more realistic and practical. Ironically, the special effects shot looked better because we put that off to the end of the day and it was too dark to actually use in the film. So sometimes the effect shot does look, I guess, more aesthetically pleasing than the real shot. And another thing we tried to use a lot was mixing our practical effects, just using the fire extinguisher. For example, when I jumped down from the basketball net, we had a blast of the fire extinguisher to kind of match up the white smoke that we used in the film. And we also fired some at Clay with the leaf blower. He was a pretty good sport about it because that stuff tastes awful.
That's my fault. Sorry about that, Clay.
I think we got him a couple times. Well, I think everybody got it. Another thing we used was the leaf blower. We'd kind of throw grass in the end, and we'd use it to create the effect of John's hat blowing off, supposedly from the force of the rocket launcher. but little things like that help make it better. We filmed the whole movie on my Canon 5D and John 70. Great thing with John 70 is we can film 60 frames a second to get those beautiful slow-mo shots. And as far as the other shots, we used my camera with the full frame, which we were pretty happy with.
Yeah.
Easy to film with.
Oh yeah.
And if you haven't subscribed to John's channel or to mine, go ahead, they're on there, subscribe. We're going to make lots of videos in the future. And hey, let us know what you think. We'll be happy to check out your videos too. Alright. Alright, thanks, John.
Thank you. Take care.
You too.
Thanks for watching.